Joe here, your reliability man, bridging the gap between best practices and your reality. Backed by popular demand, the whiteboard. My most popular video by about 5x is best reliability deployment. That was a long video, apologize for that. It's about 22 minutes. I'm gonna try to get this one done in 7 or 8 minutes. Let's see how we do here. This is gonna be a simplified version. And hopefully the chart will make a little bit more sense to you. So I got some basics here. First of all, here's my grid, and on the the y-axis, we have positive results. So things that are higher up here are positive results. For example, cash. And as you go more to the right, you have a positive culture. These are sustainable things, proactive things, better reliability things. So things that you can build upon as you go along your reliability deployment. So you actually want things as high as you can over here in that top quadrant. Okay, I'm going to talk about 4 deployments. The do nothing deployment is in black, cost cutting is in red, the traditional reliability deployment is in blue, and lean deployment is in green. These are the 4 that I've seen, and I want to talk to you a little bit about how they go. So first of all, you are here. So you're right here at time 0, and right at the 0 results and 0 culture change. So we want to see it move that way and up as high as we can. So let's take a look at doing nothing, okay? If you do nothing to your reliability program, your maintenance program, what happens is inflation eats away at your assets and the age of your assets, just like your car. It's 1 year older, okay? So your results from time 0 actually just slowly start to erode away, right? So results get worse and you actually move down negative on proactive, sustainable culture. People get discouraged and you just go along like that. And what happens is when those results get bad enough, you have a point here where the sponsor, your plant manager, your vice president, whoever says, stop, we got to do something different. And then there's an emotional or data-based change, okay? So that's deployment number 1. The second deployment is cost cutting. I'm going to make it in red. So what happens is you start here at the same point and you get immediate results, dramatic results in cost savings, and then all of a sudden it drops off like a rock. Then somewhere along here you have a sponsorship change. People love this, it's easy to cut costs, very rapid results, and then it hopefully you're not in the job still, you get promoted if you're driving this. Unfortunately, cost cutting is, dropped my pen. Cost cutting is the most popular way that people attack maintenance and reliability. And it's just wrong. Everybody knows it's wrong, but you get immediate results. It's very gratifying as long as you get a different job by this point up here. Okay, now traditional deployment. I'm going to mark it in blue. Again, starting here at point 0. You get huge investment. You have to hire an outside consultant to come in and teach everybody. Then you have to train people on the new systems. Some observation probably takes place on what your current state is. And then you have to invest in the assets. You're spending millions over a couple years. Then all of a sudden your results turn positive. Okay, this is about a 3-year point. 3-year point. Huge investment depending on the size of your plant. That could be 3 to 4 million. Maybe you're paying a consultant $500,000, then you have to invest in the assets to get them in a maintainable state. That's typically what you see. That's actually the way I was introduced some 15 years ago into reliability. It worked at my plant because we had sustaining sponsorship. What happens quite a bit in these cases, somewhere around here, the leader just can't stand it anymore. We're pumping money into this and we haven't got the return. So sponsorship changes somewhere down here. My sponsor actually stayed in through that. But how many people in this 2019 age can hold on for after investment for 3 years to start to turn positive results? It's just not our reality, correct? Okay, now the 4th deployment is lean. Starting off at the same point, lean, it's based on observation and waste at your plant. What's the low-hanging fruit? It starts off right here and immediately gets results and continues to get results. Okay, continues to get positive results. Notice there's no sponsorship change. And then, from day one, like I said, you're starting to get some positive results. And as you start to save 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, you can ask for investment back. For example, if you wanted to put in a lube room and you have to spend $100,000, real example for me. After you save $500,000, it's really easy to go to your sponsor and say, can I have 100 back to do this, to go in further? You've got the credibility. So what are some of the things that, that's nice to draw a little green line up that way, but what are some of the things? Based on chalk circle observations, these are observations where you're going out in the field for 4 hours, for 8 hours, for 16 hours, and seeing the real waste of your plant. You see things like, hey, we're not staging equipment out at the job site. We're not staging our parts out there. That could be one. Planners are adding in discovery work to the job. So a job only takes 2 hours, but you plan it for 8. So you have a lot of people standing around for 6 hours if everything goes well and there's no discovery work. That's waste. Planners are not anticipating wrench time detractors, like how to lock and tag things. Those are simple, no-cost things that you could put in here, eliminate the waste, and start getting the results right away. Makes sense? Start reducing overtime, start reducing contractors, have more time to do planned work. You may observe that problem solving is not happening, in your environment here. So then you have 5 engineers, you divide the work of restore and flow to 4 engineers, and you have 1 work on your strategic problems. You'd run a 90-day experiment, run it on your strategic problems, and then starts to make improvement here, getting results. Another thing is emergency work. Maybe emergency work is dominating your culture. How do you go after that? Got another video on that one. Okay, so basically what you're looking at is what's the waste in your plant unique to you that you can start capturing here. Get the savings on day one. Get the savings right up front. Ask for reinvestment. Don't ask for people up front. Don't ask for equipment up front. Get that from a position of credibility after you've gotten results. That's the lean approach. Okay, the lean approach invites investment. How can we get in on board with this? Okay, so your lean-driven reliability task of the week is I want you to go to your number one performance objective for this year. Go and stand wherever that's at. If it's a person, if it's a process, if it's a quality issue, try to find a place to stand and stand there for 4 hours and look at the waste that you see. Look at the waste. And if you can start to implement zero-cost solutions to some of that waste, can you see this journey taking place at your site? Okay, can you see that? So that's what I'm looking for. What's your number one performance objective? Go and stand there for 4 hours and see if you have a new awareness. It always happens for me. I discover something that I was not expecting to see that is simple, low cost, quick to install. Again, don't wait to start your journey. Don't wait for approval. Go out there and observe, okay? If you want some pointers, send me an email, drop some comments in this text, or contact me via my email that's attached and say, hey, Joe, I need some help. And let me help you. I guarantee you I could save a couple years off your deployment. Again, hit like, hit subscribe. Thank you very much.